Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Hayati Rahman and I would like to share with you my findings on a research title, A Comprehensive Review on the Determinants of Economic Growth for Indebted Countries. Bear in mind, this research is conducted based on systematic literature review. Okay. For highly indebted countries, of course, the key to rapid economic growth, there are three. First, they need to use advanced technology. Number two, there is a need for massive investment in human capital. And number three, there are a need to concentrate on IR 4.0, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and huge investment on research and development. However, all of these require a lot of capital, but highly indebted countries, they have lack of capital, and majority of the problems are facing with the increase in aging population. There are a lot of climate change problems happening in the world, and because of the above three, majority of the government in the world, they are focusing on the government spending is on operating expenditure rather than development expenditure, which is not so good to achieve high economic growth. Therefore, there is a need for huge capital for any of the countries in the world, especially for indebted countries, if they want to achieve higher economic growth. However, the golden rule of public debt says that you can get a lot of money, government can get a lot of money by imposing tax, because from that it will create more revenues to cover the expenditures needed by the government. However, there are three main weaknesses of tax imposition. The first one is investment will start to decline. Number two, inflation problem will increase, and because of the above two, the economic growth will start to decline. So tax is creating distortionary effect to the economic growth, so it is not good. And the alternative of tax, we call it as public debt. So highly indebted countries, they go for another debt. So again, it is good to inject funds by using debt to achieve high economic growth, but the issue here is that too much debt will lead to even lower economic growth if the debt is not used for productive expenditures. Therefore, there is a need for all of these countries to rely on other important determinants to achieve higher economic growth. Hence, the objective of the study are three. First, we want to identify what are the important variables that should be included in the debt growth model, especially for highly indebted countries. Number two, we group the variables into specific themes because we are doing this based on systematic literature review. So we are focusing on specific themes to look at the main determinants of growth. And number three, we determine which variable should be given priority to stimulate economic growth. Okay, next, of course, the methodology that we are using is SLR, Systematic Literature Review, in which the first one is we are using the publication standard called as PRISMA. Number two, based on this standard, we derive the articles from the Scopus database. So basically, in economic journal, there are 471 economic journals in Scopus with almost 14,000 plus articles related to economic growth, published from 2017 to 2019. So we are not going to look at all these resources. We will explain later. Of course, next, number three, we select the article based on three steps: identification, screening, and eligibility. And the last one, we conduct the analysis based on DAA. So the third step just now is how to select the article. So first step is identification. So we identify the keywords of public debt and economic growth based on thesaurus, based on previous journal articles. From there, we develop the search string and search the search string in Scopus database. So altogether, we came out with 1046 articles. From this 1000 plus article, we screen all the articles based on inclusion and exclusion criteria. So we just include journal published in English from 2017 to 2019. So 823 articles were excluded. Only 223 articles are included. And all these 223 articles is examined thoroughly in the last step called as eligibility. And at the end, how we examine thoroughly, we look at the title, abstract, and the main contents. and at the end we just select 26 articles for our systematic literature review. Okay, so the last step is DAA, data abstraction and analysis. So we review all selected articles, be it qualitative or quantitative. We conduct the thematic analysis, and we group the themes. Based on the thematic analysis, we group the themes so that it is easy for us to interpret. Okay, so this is our finding. So altogether 26 articles, 22 are talking about domestic debt, 4 talking about external debt, and in all 26 articles, 121 variables were found. Okay, and then to explain the growth, and from 121 variables we generate 5 themes, and from the 5 themes we come up with another 11 sub-themes for more detailed explanation. Okay, so these are the themes and sub-themes. So if you look at this, there are altogether 121 variables that explain growth for indebted countries, but we just select these are among the main articles which were widely being used in all these 26 articles. So majority of the journals, they found that capital is the priority. Next is openness, trade openness, followed by macroeconomic stability. Next is demographic, and last one is government policy. So these are the 5 themes, and these are the 11 sub-themes for each and every main themes. So based on this, to achieve high economic growth for indebted countries, number 1, 81% of the journals said that they should focus on capital. Therefore, we say government in all countries, especially the indebted countries, they should provide incentive to promote domestic and foreign investment, especially on critical areas. Number 2, based on the trade openness, majority of the countries should conduct export orientation strategies and discourage import, and they should develop competitive advantage on specific products. Number 3, based on macroeconomic stability, government should ensure that inflation and unemployment must be at the lowest level possible. Number 4, based on demographic, it is quite surprising to see majority said the population growth must be reduced, but there is a need to ensure that the labor available are in high quality. And last one, government policies, avoid intervening the market. The government should avoid intervening the market using any fiscal policy or monetary policy instrument. They should only intervene when it is needed. Okay, so the conclusion, those are the 5 variables that should not be neglected to achieve economic growth. So imposition of tax or contractionary fiscal policy will lead to adverse effect, because we found that the government shouldn't intervene in the economy. And last one, government should promote healthy and clean environment to attract potential investors, because capital is number 1. There is a need to attract more investors to help the government of highly indebted countries. So for future suggestion, we suggest that another SLR being conducted on the same article by looking at the coefficient of each significant variable. So this is to examine how each variable significantly affect the growth for indebted countries. So thank you for listening.